Question number 22. Dennis compared the y-intercept of the graph of f of x, which is this one, 3x plus 5, to the y-intercept of g of x, the y-intercept of the graph of a linear function that includes the point in the table below. So we do have g of x. So basically we're comparing the y-intercept of f of x, which in this case is 5, with the y-intercept of g of x, which we need to do a little bit of work to figure it out, and then we compare them. Now the question is, what is the difference when the y-intercept of f of x is subtracted from the y-intercept of g of x? So this is very important. One of the most important things in this question is to write the question. You see, it says, what is the difference when the y-intercept of f of x is subtracted? So the y-intercept of f of x is subtracted from the y-intercept of g of x. So to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to do the y-int of g of x minus the y-int of f of x. It has to be in this order because it's saying the difference when the y-intercept of f of x is subtracted from the g of x. So g of x has to be written in the first order, otherwise we might get a negative answer. So we know that from the y equals mx plus b, b is the y-intercept. So in this case, the y-intercept of f of x is it's gonna be 5 based on this one. So I'm gonna write 5 there. Now we just need to figure out the y-intercept of g of x from this graph. Since it is a linear equation, there are a couple of ways we can figure it out. We can find the slope first and then see what the y-intercept will be. So in order to find the slope, we're gonna need to figure out the change in y, which in this case is 3 minus 2, which is 1, and then the change in x, which in this case is negative 5 minus 7 would be 2. So my slope is gonna be 1 over 2. We can choose another point too. We're still gonna get the same answer. 4 minus 3 would be 1, and negative 3 minus 5 would be 2, and 5 minus 4 would be 1, negative 1 minus 3 would be 2. So all of them are gonna give us 1 over 2 as a slope. So I'm gonna apply point slope form, which is y minus y1 is equals to m times x minus x1. So as x1 and y1, I'm going to choose one of these points. For simplicity purpose, let's go ahead and then choose the first one, which is x is negative 7 and y is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and then plug this. Y minus y1 is going to be 2 is equals to m is 1/2 times x minus x1 is going to be negative 7. So based on this one, we can actually simplify it a little bit, and then we get this 2 minus becomes plus, and then we can distribute the 1/2, and then we get 1/2 x plus 1/2 times 7 would be, since we have decimals, I'm going to go ahead and do 3.5. Normally I would write it as a fraction as 7 over 2, but 3.5 will just do. And the last step is to add 2 to both sides, and then we get y equals 1/2 x plus 2 plus 3.5 would be, I'm going to change the color right here so that you can see it, 5.5, which is actually the y-intercept of g of x. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down, 5.5. So our answer is going to be 5.5 minus, which is 5, and then we get 0.5. So the y-intercept of f of x subtracted from g of x would be 0.05. So the correct answer in this case would be choice C. And this completes the problem.